It's all going on here. Easels being adjusted, pencils being sharpened, paint going onto palettes.
And some jangling nerves being settled. Welcome to Portrait Artist of the Year.
Today's competition features 9 artists, shortlisted for their talent and creativity.
But they will have to prove they can work under pressure if they're to win this year's prize, a £10,000 commission to paint internationally renowned violinist Nicola Benedetti for the Scottish National Portrait Gallery.
Today, 7 are amateur artists. Shaquille White, Isabella Howe, Kyle Mitchell, Rukiah Johnston, Alice Barker, Robbie Murdoch, and Trudy Atherton. Trudy, you're up, you're down,
Yes,
you're sitting, you're standing. Are you one of those people who's like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, and then you just produce a very beautiful thing at the end?
Yeah, I do.
OK.
While just 2 are professional. Sally Roberts and Rory Draper.
If you can give me good vibes every so often, just go, Rory, you're great. That'll help.
Rory, you're great.
Thank you.
While the artists unpack their equipment, the judges take a look at the self-portraits.
Judges, we have a wall of delights for you this morning. Let's start with a bit of pink attitude.
I love the colour palette. I like that everything's just slightly wonky.
It's like the first frame of a sort of comic strip, a Villanelle's type assassin with pink hair.
I love this work. I love that jumper. It's absolutely gorgeous.
But the other thing I really like about it is a wonderful sense of texture and honesty and light.
This next one's wonderful, and not a pose we see very often on this wall.
No, the confidence to not have your face in the self-portrait at all, and for the stars of the show to be bare feet on a grubby wall is great.
What I particularly liked, apart from the beautiful understanding of lighting, is that very phlegmatic expression on the face.
I'm obsessed with the nose. It's absolutely beautifully painted. Now you can't see anything but the nose, can you?
This is charming. Artist in space.
I love the way she's tentatively hovering. And great to have a full length.
But for me, it's just all about the expression and the engagement with the viewer, really.
Now, artist versus wallpaper.
She's got the interior light coming onto her right side of the face, and then the daylight. And to get that all working together is quite masterful, really.
And the gaze is quite piercing. I think it's a very forceful little painting.
This is fantastic. I love the movement and the rhythm and the way in which the fabric is echoed in the way the head is leaning back.
Yeah, for me, it's just the skin. I mean, it's extraordinary. It's fabulous painting, yeah.
Now, those of us who have children will recognise the media being used here.
Yeah, it's sort of windswept German expressionism via felt-tip pen. Yeah, it's an interesting sort of zone to land in.
My children have yet to draw anything like this, though, which would be odd if they did, because why would they be drawing a bearded man?
Well, who knows?
And we finish with a meaty head.
It's got a weight to it, and it's all done through paint, and I think that's fantastic.
I love the brutality of it, sort of right up to the picture plane.
Well, my mouth is watering. We have some cracking artists here today.
It's a great wall.
Artists. Over the course of his career, your sitter has been an MP, writer and broadcaster. It's the riotously fun raconteur, Giles Brandreth. Hello. I don't know whether to genuflect or kiss your ring.
Well, somebody out there thought I would come as a character from a Gilbert and Sullivan operetta. But I'm actually wearing the robes of the Chancellor of the University of Chester.
Is that you, or have you stolen his robes?
No, I legitimately am wearing them. Basically, the Chancellor of the University is the ceremonial head. Well, the university has kindly said that they would like to have a picture of me. So I thought, well...
This may be it.
Well,
yes.
It will be it.
It will be it.
Suppose
no pressure. Well, we need to find a pose that befits a university chancellor. Artists, I hand Giles over to you.
Well, you tell me. And also, you can decide whether you want the hat off or on.
I like the idea of it off.
I think it does make it a little bit more relaxed.
You've got to be really relaxed.
How have you?
You have.
Artists, your sitter is the award-winning conductor and founder of the Kingdom Choir, whose gospel rendition of Stand By Me at the wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan captivated audiences of 2 billion people worldwide. So please welcome Karen Gibson.
Hello.
Please take a seat, Karen.
Thank you.
It's very good to have a musician with us.
Oh.
We won't have any music, but presumably you will hear music in your head, or musicians.
All the time. All the time.
Are you used to sitting still?
Not at all, but I'm going to try my best. I think the trick is not to fall asleep.
But perhaps you can think of some rousing music in your head.
I will.
So, artists, over to you.
Well, it'd be nice if I didn't have to paint you sideways on.
Right.
As long as it's not, like, directly staring at me.
If you're looking between the two of us, I think that would be perfect.
Yeah,
Is that okay for everyone?
Yeah, we're good.
Artists plucked from drama school to star in Kingsman: The Secret Service. Your sitter wowed audiences with her brilliant and heartbreaking performance in The Trial of Christine Keeler. It's Sophie Cookson. Hello.
Hi.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
So we're both products of drama school. They teach you almost everything at drama school, don't they? How to sing, how to talk, how to
carry
breathe,
a tray,
how to carry a tray.
Yeah. Not this, though.
They don't teach you how to sit for a portrait.
I'm quite nervous, guys, so I just want to be a good sitter for you. So.
Well, I'm sure you will be. Actors tend to be good sitters.
I'll try.
Try not to fall asleep too much or collapse or
focus.
Roll off the chair.
I'll do my best.
So I will leave you in the capable hands of your artists.
Thank you.
Thanks. Good luck.
So one thing with the crossed legs, that if you want to, it's fine, but it can your
Be
leg.
painful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe just like tuck your hair behind
Yeah.
your ears so we can see all of your face.
Okay.
Perfect. Great.
Gosh, you made it very straightforward.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah.
Okay.
Artists, you have 4 hours to complete your portraits. Good luck to each one of you. Your time starts now.
Okay, can I just take a picture of you?
Yes, please.
Is that okay, just facing forward?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
of course.
That's great, Giles.
Three artists today will be combining a range of different media, from fabric to marker pens. But everyone else is working with paint.
Kyle, I was looking at your work thinking, you've done an amazing job already. You've definitely done something with the proportions, though. You've made him slightly narrower. Have you done that on purpose?
Yeah, partly on purpose. I don't know, I like caricaturing and pushing the drawing a bit as well.
Kyle Mitchell is a part-time food lab manager who runs his own film production company. He was able to follow his instinct with his self-portrait, but today must consider what his sitter wants, as well as the institution Giles represents.
Knowing that you were potentially making it as a commission now for the university, does that change the way in which you approach it at all?
I'm definitely going to paint some of the robes and a triangular central composition. Yeah, this like towering figure almost. My sister's actually a graduate of the University of Chester.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she graduated a couple of years ago.
Well done, so I've met her.
Yeah, briefly, yeah, I think so.
Well, I must get a picture of her then. On my wall.
Okay, Alice. The hair poses something of a challenge, does it?
Yeah, I've seen like silvery, purpley blue hues in it. And, like, make a composition quite interesting. I think you can be really gestural, like sort of not looking at each fine hair strand, just looking at it as blocks of tone instead.
Alice Barker has just graduated in fine art from Edinburgh University. Her self-portrait used contrasting colours, but today's challenge is very different. Karen is wearing a dress that is same colour as the background. Does that throw you at all?
No, because the dress is actually a much cooler tone of orange. Like, the background's really, really vibrant and a lot more red.
It makes for a sensational picture, doesn't it, really?
Yeah.
Because the skin tones are so rich.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, my God.
Artists can choose to ignore the background colour.
Set is awful. Grey makes me feel depressed.
Or embrace it.
Oh, I love the colour. I really do.
But one artist isn't losing any sleep over it.
The background was already done, I brought it with me. And luckily, the blue is like exactly the same as the background here, so I'm absolutely thrilled and it couldn't be better.
Sally Roberts is a fine art graduate at the Wimbledon School of Art and has shown at the Mall Galleries. She enjoys creating a narrative in her paintings, often guided purely by instinct.
So today your canvas isn't terribly large, but you've actually gone for a half length. Are you pleased that you're going to be able to tackle the arms and the body and not just focus on the head?
No, my original plan was just the head and shoulders.
Right.
I was trying to tell myself that the first thing I would do is composition, and then I just rushed into painting. That's what usually happens, I guess. I just get excited and then rush ahead.
Some part of you is going rogue.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a lot there. You could take a bit of a breather, have a think. It's never too late to have a little think.
Yeah.
If you could keep still just for a minute or two, it'd be lovely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Literally a minute or two, or maybe
Or
five
maybe
or
five.
10?
As long as possible.
I'll try.
Robbie Murdoch is an amateur artist from Liphook. Now retired, he has seized the opportunity to join everything from art courses and painting trips to local plein air groups.
Robbie, you work quick.
Well, I'm a bit impatient, yes. Because of the nature of the work I used to do, it required me to be decisive.
Oh, right. What did you do?
I was a dentist.
Oh, were you?
Yes.
So you're used to working with people who don't speak back to you.
You don't want to be tinkering about in your mouth, do you? Sort of not being sure what to do.
Yeah.
So I try and be decisive. But then it could go downhill if I overwork it. It's very easy to say, oh, I think I'll just change that. And then you change it, and everything else around it changes. Then you end up going around in a circle.
Well, I hope you find the right moment to stop.
Yes.
The artists have been working for almost an hour.
I have a tendency to caricature a little bit, so whether that'll help me or hurt me, I don't really know.
Sophie the sitter is wonderful. It's just me that's panicking, so we'll see how it goes along the day.
I'm so nervous today. It's just already muddy, and if it's already muddy now...
You're in a bit of flux.
Yes.
I'll come back.
Our 9 artists have been painting actress Sophie Cookson, broadcaster Giles Brandreth and conductor Karen Gibson for an hour. And while some have ploughed on ahead, others are still at the drawing stage.
Kaya, how's it going?
I think I just need to hurry up and start painting now.
You do?
Yeah.
Is the painting process quite a quick process for you?
Not at all. I'll even take weeks out, come back. I'll paint over the dry layers. That's how I built
Welcome
up
to the
this
competition.
I know.
19-year-old Rikaya Johnson is a medical student from London. The judges loved how her self-portrait combined skillful painting with fabric, inspired by her African heritage.
With your self-portrait, there's a lot going on, but the actual painting of yourself, the skin is so well observed. Are you going to be sticking to reality today, or will you be bringing other elements?
I'm going to try and incorporate the African wax print fabrics.
Okay.
So cut them out in rectangle shapes to keep with the theme, and then cut out some shapes within the fabric, putting gold leaf underneath.
It sounds brilliant, but also incredibly complicated.
No, I think
No?
I've just made it sound worse.
It's
Hopefully
fine, you
I'll
just
be
have to
able
work through lunch, I think that's
yeah.
Shaquille, I like this composition that
Thank
you've got
you.
Sophie in the middle of a landscape.
Yeah.
How come you didn't switch it that way around to portrait?
I tried it that way,
Yeah.
and I've then since panicked, and I've just switched it back this way.
Shaquille White is an ambitious fine art student at the Slade, who has won a scholarship to study in Rome. Although his artworks contain figures, he doesn't think of them as portraits.
Your submission is so interesting because we don't really get your face so much. It strikes me that narrative is quite a big part of what you do.
Narrative within my practice is very important. I explore the human condition.
The thrill of your painting actually comes from the way you put paint down, that sort of undone quality it has.
Exactly. Almost like a sculptor in that way. You can sort of like flesh out the face bit by bit. I really enjoy that.
Well, relax into it.
I will. I'll try to.
Oh, I hate it. Okay, well then,
Trudy, I'm used to interrupting artists' train of thought, but
I know.
not so much their train of running commentary. What are you saying to yourself?
It's a verbal dialogue with my brain.
Trudy Atherton is from Southport, where she studies part-time for a degree in fine art. Her self-portrait used soluble pencils to create ink and watercolour effects and took 3 hours.
Giles has got an enigmatic smile, which I would love to see if he can hold.
Oh, no,
and now an
you can't
arched
ask him to
eyebrow.
smile or...
For your benefit.
I want to get a likeness of Giles in all his splendour, but I don't think I'm going to fit much of the splendour in. This piece of paper isn't big enough, unless he's going to be this big.
Are you the sort of artist that can introduce splendour in another way?
I like everything honest and straight, but at the moment my hand won't stop shaking, so that's a little bit of a...
Well, maybe you can just have a word with yourself and calm that
I've
hand
had a
down.
word, it's not helping.
OK,
But
do you want
I
me to send Ty over? He can be quite stern.
No, he's lovely. No, that might make me shake all the more. That'd be my legs gone as well.
Now, Ty, every day, as you know, we try to reflect an element of the environment in the sets.
Yes, well, we're celebrating the colours of skies, and we have the clear noon sky in the blue section. We've got a rather stormy November sky in the greyer section, and we've got a sunset or a sunrise in the third section. Sophie is young, she's a perfect sitter, she hasn't moved, so I think the blue sky suggests sort of that youthfulness and beginning of a day, and I think it's a perfect setting for it.
Karen, of course, she's the conductor of a great choir.
Yeah, I mean, Karen's choice of orange dress against an orange background I thought was quite a difficult thing for our artists, but they're all delighted. So Karen has been able to create some kind of magic. And Giles, he's brought his beautiful university robes, and against the grey background, I mean, it is just a symphony of beautiful tones and colours.
By wearing the Chancellor's robes, I've created a possibly unnecessary challenge. The robes are, in a sense, a uniform, and the challenge for them, I suppose, is to get a touch of the uniform and a touch of the person. And I, like everybody else in the world, I'm not just one person, I'm lots of different people. So I'm completely intrigued.
I'm finding it absolutely fascinating. Trying to be a good sitter, which means staying still, but still giving them energy. So I'm just trying to be nice and calm for them. But I'm really enjoying it, and it's lovely to have a bit of peace and quiet.
Have you ever been to this hall before?
Yeah, so, you know, I've lived in the area for 50 years, and in my primary school, I played the piano with the school orchestra, and the performance was here. So this is my first big, proper public performance.
So it must be kind of nostalgic for you to be back here.
Very nostalgic.
Nice.
I think it's going well so far. The only thing that's concerning me is what to do with the background. From my angle at the moment, it's just flat grey, so I'm trying to think of something to juice up a little bit.
Isabella Howe is an estate agent from Staffordshire. The judges were impressed by the way her self-portrait combined William Morris wallpaper with a direct gaze inspired by Vermeer's Girl with a Pearl Earring.
Isabella, you've got a wicked little look from Giles.
Yeah, I directed him a little bit. I like the hard stares.
And he obviously responded well.
Yeah.
What about this notion of a portrait that's going to go to the university? Has that changed the way in which you've approached it?
I think I will put a little bit more consideration into each and every brush mark, but at the minute, just trying to get the basic underpainting down.
A lovely likeness already.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thanks.
Rory, you've got your pens, biros, crayons, markers, and just spotted a piece of cheesecake down there. Is that going on as well?
Oh, yeah, I'm just going to smear it at the end, just for, like, a more scented feel.
Rory Draper is a former art teacher from Bridgetown. His self-portrait was outlined with red and blue pencil, coloured with water and ink pencils, followed by markers for details, with a final wash in watercolour. You have probably the most disciplined sitter we've seen for some
I know.
time.
She's fabulous.
Has Sophie said a single word all day?
She has.
I'm letting them concentrate.
I noticed there are eyes, but they're not. Are you leaving those till the end?
Yeah, like an egg on my plate. I always like to keep the eyes to the end. Yeah.
Oh, you leave the egg till the last thing?
Oh, yeah.
What sort of monster are you?
I always have the egg last.
Really? But it goes cold?
Yeah, it's just how I work.
So we're going to look forward to some congealed eyes?
Yeah.
Can't
They'll be
wait.
sunny side up, though.
Oh, well, that's fine.
The artists have just over 2 hours left to impress the judges with their vision.
I'm actually super happy that you wore the gold earrings because...
Really?
Yeah, I bought some gold leaf foil.
Really?
So, yeah, I think it's going to be great to try and incorporate that.
Sounds very exciting.
Could have made her bigger within the space. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. There's more to do, definitely more to do.
Ears aren't my favourite thing to paint. I've not finished painting this one yet, so best not make any promises.
I can only hear in one of them anyway, so if you keep the other hidden, it won't matter.
There we go, then.
Conductor Karen Gibson, actress Sophie Cookson, and broadcaster Giles Brandreth have been sitting for portraits for 2 hours. And while they seem relaxed, that's not the case for everyone.
You okay?
I'm feeling the pressure now.
I'm sure it's going great. Have you stepped away from it?
No, not really. I'll
Do a loop and come back.
I don't want to see everyone else's work, though. That made me a bit worse.
Well, halfway through, where do you think they are?
Full of nerves, Jane. Despite the jangly nerves, they're producing some interesting work. I think Giles' section is very strong, and I think Kyle's strength is in the slight misdrawing of Giles, and it's so full of feeling. I can't see which Giles he's seeing, but it's a very powerful portrait.
Now, Isabella has got a profile much more fleshy than Kyle's painting.
I think Isabella was really clever. She's got this particular stare, which I think holds the whole composition together very effectively.
I think they're all doing very well. Karen, of course, it's very interesting that both Alice and Rukiya have placed Karen lower in the canvas. It's kind of intriguing. It's a narrative device.
Rukiya's been really clever to get that direct engagement with Karen. But don't forget, she's going to play around with the pattern. So I think that space above will be wonderful decoration.
Robbie is the only one painting most of his portrait from life. He's got a problem in that the portrait is wonderful. It's a bit lacking in oomph. But then, you know, in Sophie's section, a lot of them are working with technology, and I think they're all struggling.
They're also all working with very small brushes, which, I wonder whether they picked up on that because she's got these delicate features. So they've all gone small, although Shaquille has got a big canvas to cover.
I think for Shaquille, it's all about time.
He might well surprise us by the end.
I hope he does.
I just hope they felt free and creative and able to express what they see, and I know they've all been incredibly nervous, and I'm sure they don't need to be, because it sounds like they're doing fantastic work.
I think some people see the stage and they see the leadership and they might miss the vulnerability. What was it somebody once said to me? A force of nature. So I hope that what I see today will tell me something about myself that I didn't see before.
I was painted many years ago by a man called John Bratby. And every half hour, he kept shouting, "Blue paper, blue paper." And his wife ran into the room with a bit of blue paper, and she threw it on the floor. And he looked at it, and then he went on painting. And when he went to the loo, I picked up one of these bits of blue paper, and I opened it, and I opened another, and they all said the same thing: "I love you. You're the best artist in the world." So I was rather touched by that. He was doing this so intensely, and he needed reassurance.
A good portrait should both capture the sitter and work as a painting in its own right. Something a few artists are grappling with today.
Shaquille, there seems to be a struggle going on.
Yeah, just a little bit. The work that I do is not ordinarily portraiture.
So this is a territory that's a bit alien to you?
A little massively alien, maybe. Massively alien. No worries at all. But mostly I'm just trying to represent her in the best way that I can possible.
But is that the problem, actually? Are you caught up in the responsibility of making a good portrait for Sophie?
Yeah, definitely.
OK, try actually not looking at her. Try making this painting work. I think she would forgive you.
Do what you need to do. Go for it.
I'm just trying to get a likeness at the moment. I always prefer just making a good painting. I'd rather have a better painting than maybe not have a complete accurate likeness than have a likeness that was kind of boring.
Rory, you like having a live sitter?
Yes, it's a lovely treat, but I don't know if I've sacrificed the likeness. The lines are so gestural that it might be a little bit more on the abstract end. It's not going quite where I want it to be, but you've calmed me down a bit, Joan, so that helps.
I should come round and calm you down all the way through the day.
If you can give me good vibes every so often, just go, "Rory, you're great." That'll help.
Rory, you're great.
Thank you.
When painting clothing, artists have to think about how the texture and colour sit with the rest of the portrait. But that's even more complicated when you're using textile as a medium.
So, Rukai, I can see the fabrics come on.
Yeah.
One of the things I loved in your self-portrait was this sense of rhythm that you created using the fabric. But here you've gone for something much more brutal and angular.
Yeah, I'm not used to doing it so angular, but I wanted to try shake things up a bit.
It definitely does that with that wonderful expression you've caught, Karen. I love it. I think it's great.
Thank you
really,
so much.
Really full of life.
Kyle, what about the gowns and all the various bits of fabric?
It's a balance. The robes pop so much as a colour, and it could mean that the face just feels like a non-entity compared to the robes.
We don't want that.
His expression's really nuanced, I think.
There's a bit of humour there.
A bit wistful.
And sexy, obviously, we didn't say that.
Thank you very much.
Robbie, I can see you're just working on Karen's dress at the moment.
Yes.
Just introducing a little bit more definition.
Yes, it's very interesting because it's the colour change from that to that. It's so subtle.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you're going to do much more to it.
I don't think I can, actually. I think I'll start to go backwards.
The artists have half an hour left to finish their portraits. Isabella, that's a very benign Giles.
I think he's got a bit of a cheeky expression.
She is cheeky, yeah.
That's what I wanted to capture, definitely.
I think I need to stand and get some perspective because I've been sort of like sat on top of it and some of the colours have got a bit messy. I don't know.
I wanted to have colour around the eyes without making it look like she's a drag queen or something. which is fantastic, but just not necessarily the look.
Conductor Karen Gibson, actress Sophie Cookson, and broadcaster Giles Brandreth have been sitting for portraits for almost 4 hours. Trudy, you're up, you're down,
Yes,
you're sitting, you're standing, it's on the easel, it's on the table. Are you one of those people who's like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, and then you just produce a very beautiful thing at the end?
Yeah, I do.
OK.
There's not much time left. I rush into the painting and then I spend the rest of the time trying to fix it from what I've done at the beginning.
Could I have 4 more hours? Yeah.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left.
I think the position of her mouth isn't quite as I'd like it, but it's too late now to change it.
The shirt's looking a mess, and also I have to clean up the background because some of the gold leaf fell onto it and kind of stuck to it.
There's always more time to spend on something that's never finished, but I'm pretty happy with how it's gone.
Artists, your time is up. Please put down your equipment and stand away from your portraits.
Giles, you were a model sitter.
It's been a most wonderful day. And having spent 4 hours sitting here, them getting to know me, I feel I've got to know them just by watching them. So I'm excited, but others may be appalled.
Well, let's not prolong the agony any longer. Artists, can I ask you to please turn your easels?
Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, Lord. I'm not allowed to choose all 3. It could be a triptych. It could be 3 aspects of Giles, couldn't it?
Let's have a closer look, shall we?
OK, I'd like to have a closer look. He could play a judge.
Yes.
Or a murderer who's just been caught out.
Or a judge who's a murderer.
Indeed, that would be the twist.
There you go.
Actually, sitting in judgment in his own trial. You can write that up.
I will.
It's beautifully done. So painterly.
Now, this is full of emotion.
I almost want to cry. There is something heartbreaking about this picture. The eyes are almost watery, as if there are tears. That's very moving.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, this is heroic. And at the University of Chester, you're looking out over 1,000 people in this ancient cathedral. This picture has got a touch of looking out over 1,000 people.
Right, come on, Giles.
Congratulations, Trudy.
Thank you.
They're all wonderfully good, and they are different aspects of me. Did you see I moved by? Is this one. This, for me, is most like me, so I choose Kyle.
Karen, the day is over for you. Are you tired?
It has been quite tiring, but in a lovely sort of way. I feel it's very much about connection today.
Good. Now is the moment. Artists, turn your easels round.
Incredible. These are brilliant. Thank you. The thing that jumps out at me, this gold leaf, and I actually love gold. I think that you've done the hair brilliantly, and that looks like my smile. I look very regal in this, and I really like the look in the eyes. This person is very inspiring, whoever she is. Fantastic. Really, really great piece of art. The way you've caught the shininess of the earrings, I love that. It's very, very good indeed, Robbie.
Thank you.
Good. Now, this is your choice.
Do I have to do it now?
Oh, you do?
Oh, right. I'm going to say Rakaya.
Well done.
Sophie, could see why you're such a successful actor. You bring a rigour, a discipline,
Thank you very
a
much.
commitment.
Well, thank you. I've very much enjoyed being committed to all of you. I've had such a nice time. It's been fascinating.
Great. Right. Artist, can you please turn your easels?
Oh, wow. My goodness. How have you done it in 4 hours? Amazing. They're all so different, aren't they?
So different.
I could see that you were so worried, and you didn't need to be worried at all. Like, really calm and quiet, and just a really nice, contained study. It's beautiful. I have been fascinated about what you've been doing. I love the kind of white space around it. Amazing energy. Really nice.
Thank you.
Well done. It's bold and it has got real character. I love it. It's so cool.
That's the main thing.
Right, Sophie, I'm going to ask you to pick one now.
I really don't want to pick. I'm going to go with Rory's.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
While the artists reflect on the experience, the judges examine their finished work.
Trudy's found a likeness of Giles that is absolutely him. It's not perfect, but it has his spirit.
The regal quality of him and the self-assured face is spot on. Kyle's likeness, again, is not literal because the face is too thin, but it absolutely feels like Giles.
As a painting, it's wonderful. I just think the tones and the light are just marvellous. I love the way Isabella put paint down, but there's something wrong with the distance between the nose and the mouth. It's almost there. It doesn't need much, and it'd be brilliant. Funny enough, I think in this section we had a bunch of very good figurative artists for whom portraiture is not really of interest.
Shaquille, he was presented with a delicate, petite form, and I just don't think he settled.
It is a compelling painting. The problem is it's not really Sophie.
I love the way Rory uses his mediums. I think there's a big problem with the likeness.
Yeah, but there is something about a young woman daydreaming, and the light on her face is absolutely stunning.
Sally, I think, made the wrong choices taking on that full form. It is beautifully framed, but she hasn't got the lightness today, sadly.
Isn't it nice to see a confident, safe pair of hands? Robbie's been doing this for a long time.
He's picked out the minute differences and tonal shifts and really enjoyed finding them.
It's just gorgeous. Alice is a young artist who's not interested in likeness. I love the colours. I love Karen's hair.
The treatment of the skin is just too contrasty. She just needs to start to blend things a little bit more.
Rakaya's Karen is formidable but warm, engaging the sitter. It's a living person in the same space as us.
She probably just needs to refine what she's doing with the fabric. I still think I can forgive it because the face is so luminous.
The judges must now narrow down the artists to a shortlist of 3.
There's some real stars here in this little group.
That is very strong and needs to come into the centre of...
Yeah.
There's too much wrong in this work.
Great painting, but not a good portrait.
I'll move it out.
And I'll bring that one in between.
Well, how is that as a 3, anyway?
I love those 3.
These definitely are the creme de la creme, no, of today?
Yeah, I think so. We got 3.
Done.
Artists, thank you for your enthusiasm and energy today. You have produced some superb portraits.
The judges have arrived at their shortlist of 3. The first artist is Rakaya Johnston. The second artist is Robbie Murdoch. The third artist is Kyle Mitchell.
The shortlisted today are really, really strong artists, all in their own right, and it's a learning curve, and we keep on going forward, so that's the main thing.
To decide their winner, the judges look at the day's work alongside the artist's original submissions.
A wall this morning I felt was bursting with promise. Have the portraits today lived up to that promise?
I think today we got a lot of really good paintings. Not necessarily all of them were incredible likenesses.
I also think it was quite nervy in here today.
But having said that, I think we've got 3 fabulous
Yeah.
artists in the shortlist,
Yeah.
so it did what it says on the tin.
Of course, it's wonderful when there's someone, an oldie, is shortlisted. I approve of that.
I mean, for Robbie, the orange on orange just looked like a gift. He handled it so sensitively. This is an artist that really understands tonal values. I don't think it's very flattering. I don't think it necessarily is a representation of her form. But I think the look on her face and the softness is really, really gorgeous.
Kyle was unflinching in his self-portrait of himself. He was unflinching today in his portrait of Giles.
He's just got the face too narrow.
He has got the face too narrow, but I think it's so much more narrow that it isn't wrong.
Yeah, it's a very odd kind of sweet spot between naturalism and stylization. His self-portrait, his eyes are slightly large, the ear is minuscule, and it gives the head that huge presence and weight. And today, Giles is shrunken and narrow, but the way his lips are formed, the look in his eyes, it's a very beautiful portrait of Giles in all his vulnerability.
Rakaya beautifully integrated the cloth into her self-portrait. Was she as successful today?
Rakaya is a young artist, and I think you can see that. The submission is incredibly ambitious, and it comes off. And today it didn't come off, but it's an interesting way of making paintings.
It is the finest portrait, true to life, isn't it? I mean, that is Karen's expression.
Yes.
So we're at the sharp end of the day.
Yeah.
You've chosen these 3 artists because there's lots you like, but there's clearly also issues with all 3 of them.
Absolutely.
I would like to see more from all 3 of these artists.
Well, you can't. You can only see more from one of them.
You're so mean.
Robbie, Kyle, Rakaya, you've each done enormously well to make it through today's talent. However, only one can go forward.
The artists that the judges have selected produced a compelling work which complemented their self-portrait submission. That artist is Rakaya Johnston.
I didn't expect this at all. I'm shaking right now. It's just an incredible feeling. I'm just really happy. I can't wait to the next stage.
It's been a wonderful experience. I thought Rakaya would win, I told her. Thought it was original, had some spark to it. She has a lot going for her in the future.
Kaya made a really nice portrait. The use of fabric's really cool. And yeah, I'm really happy for her.
Rakaya's a young artist, she's full of promise. Her submission showed us that she really can paint, and there was so much potential there. It was just irresistible. We had to see more.
Hello? Hi, Mom. Got through to the semi-finals.
You got through to the semi-finals!
Thank you.
Oh my God, that's amazing!
Thank you so much.
It's that time of the week again to put your feet up, pour yourself a glass of something.
And spend the next hour saying, I wish I could paint like that.
Or they chose that one? Welcome to Portrait Artist of the Year. Today, 9 talented painters are hoping that their skill will be enough to win this year's prize. a £10,000 commission to paint classical violinist Nicola Benedetti for the Scottish National Portrait Gallery.
Of the artists arriving at Battersea Art Centre today, 4 are professional. Lynn Kennedy, Gabriella Cohen, Phyllis Dupuis, and Lee K. Barry.
I tend to use full days, weeks, working on different paintings, so this is going to be a real challenge to try and get it all done in that time.
And 5 are amateur. Amy Coleman, Jana Forrester, Charlie Hardcastle, Alex Cooper, and Xin-Chu Zhan.
I changed my composition. I was being over-ambitious.
Although we love it when people are over-ambitious and it all goes wrong. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great sort of
the dramatic effect.
Yeah.
As the artists unpack their tools for the day, the judges look at the submissions that won them a place in the heat.
Well, I can't think of anything better, looking at a wall of painting with my 3 knowledgeable friends. Makes me feel like a prince. So, let's start in a purple vein.
The eyes are beautifully painted. There's a kind of discordant tone between the blue eyes and the purple jumper.
I think she was very clever to put that square of purple behind her head as well. It brings your eyes to rest on the face.
The lighting is used to put the face in shade. So this is a study of the face hiding.
And that shadow under the plant, I just adore.
Next, we have a kind of blue.
Yeah, I mean, it's luscious and almost underwater in the quality that it gives us.
The off-kilter pose gives it a real sense of dynamism, energy, and tension.
We move on to the woman who fell to earth.
It's just superb, this painting. It's a kind of alien, android kind of figure wearing a bonnet.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Right, I love it too. I mean, of course, I need to see if this artist actually looks anything like this.
Well, they'll be easy to spot if they do.
They will.
It's enigmatic. You presume it's the same person. But what I think is really beautiful about it is the way the 2 hands come together. It's just caught this sense of tenderness really well.
I love it. I think it's great, really promising.
OK, who's that girl?
Oh, this is such a gorgeous little painting. I mean, the sitter looks like they're too young to be in this show.
Attitude, the tilt of the head is lovely. It's just a charming portrait, really. This is such a well-constructed painting. It's on a square. We've got these various rectangles within it. We've even got instructions with burnt sienna and titanium white. It's almost a sort of how to get into Portrait Artist of the Year kind of instructions.
Now, Vincent.
My favourite artist is here. It is a nod to Van Gogh, who, of course, liked people in exactly this format, this turn of the shoulder.
I mean, that scarf is just fantastic, isn't it?
And finally, why does it always rain on me?
A really sensitive, considered portrait.
Beautifully melancholic.
He's just trying to work out who he is. I think we've all stood looking at the mirror trying to work out who we are.
I know I have. Well, 9 artists whose talent sings out. Will they find harmony today? Artists, you will be reaching for the stars today as you are painting a celebrated space scientist who presents the TV astronomy programme, The Sky at Night. Please welcome Dr. Maggie Adair-Pocock. Hello, Maggie. How are you feeling about today?
Slightly nervous. I'm a bit of a fidget.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Right. Well, they'll have to whip you into shape then, won't they? I mean, obviously you're a scientist and you're very knowledgeable. Are you expecting to come across as in a sort of confident way?
I think in a portrait, I think perhaps you see someone's vulnerability. You see behind the facade. So I'm hoping they might capture some of the inner Maggie. And I might actually discover what the inner Maggie is as well.
Well,
so
that would be a result. That'd be great.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I will leave you in the very capable hands of your artists.
Fantastic.
Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Thank you.
Yes, I will try and keep still. So I guess, so how do you want me?
Don't cross your legs.
Lovely, yes. And apologies for the dress. I was going to wear a single colour, but I got carried away. So there's a pattern now.
It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Artists, your sitter not only has an OBE for services to history and community integration, he also has a BAFTA for his series Britain's Forgotten Slave Owners. Here's the historian and presenter, David Olusoga.
Oh, God.
Hello.
Hi.
You're very welcome, David. Well, let's talk history, shall we?
Yes.
Is history something we're all seeking the final definitive account of things?
No, it's a guide to where we're going at very best. At worst, it's just a list of cautionary tales.
Because we're living through a time in which there seems to be lots more unearthed stories that we didn't know about.
Well, I think we chose not to know about a lot of our history. And younger people don't have the same relationship with the past, and they're willing to look at things that have been brushed under the carpet. So this is, I think, a generational change.
How interesting is that? What I'm going to do now is leave you to the tender mercies of the artist. Over to you.
So I've never done this before. Just tell me what to do.
The main thing is for you to be comfortable.
I'm good at that.
Artists, it's time to raise the bar because your sitter was the Royal Ballet's youngest ever principal dancer. And as if that wasn't enough, he's also an actor and a model. Please welcome Sergei Polunin. Hello. Hello. Have a seat. How are you feeling?
Exciting.
Yeah?
Looking forward to see what's going to be out there.
Now, you're a ballet dancer, so you spend your whole life moving.
Yes, constantly moving. Yes, I think dance is life. It is constantly moving. I will be twitching.
Well, this is it. You're not allowed to constantly move today.
Really?
You know that. Well, I will leave you in the hands of your artists. I wish you all good luck.
Thank you. I'm a little bit nervous. You're not the only one.
Artists, you have 4 hours to complete your portrait. Good luck, everyone. Your time starts now.
If you could look just somewhere this way.
We're comfortable already.
Two artists will work in acrylic and 7 will be using oils today. But they all have different ways of starting.
A different camera. Are you sort of physical rather than digital?
Yeah, they add a cool effect.
Once the artists have selected their sitter's photo and completed a basic outline, some feel ready to hone in on the detail.
I like to spend a lot of time getting the drawing perfect. If the drawing's wrong, then the painting's going to be wrong. So I like to have a good likeness, as good as I can.
Charlie Hardcastle graduated in painting from the Edinburgh College of Art in 2020. His signature style combines simple forms and background with detailed portrayals of the elements he most enjoys painting. Charlie, it's crucial, it seems to me, to get that outline right.
I've liked the contrast between the outline of the clothes and the hair and then the face, which is quite realistic. I generally paint most of the skin and then I go in with details and like the eyes and lips and things like that.
It's very difficult when you've got a profile, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm glad I've got a kind of tiny hint of the other eye. I think the eyes are probably the most important part for me, because I feel like they can either make or break it and bring it to life, usually.
OK, thanks very much, Charlie.
Thanks.
I do the eyes first, and then I kind of judge everything else from where the eyes are. And I took a photo to see the shapes, but mostly I'll be working from life to see all the colours.
17-year-old Amy Coleman is from Cork and the youngest contestant this year. Her submission in acrylic took her 22 hours and is her first ever self-portrait. Amy, do you paint people from life often?
Never.
Is this the first time?
Yeah,
Oh,
basically.
wow. It's a very different thing, isn't it, when they're sitting there?
Yeah.
What have you found difficult?
I have problems with likeness sometimes, and I'd say his one is also quite difficult. It's more the face shape.
Right. How are you feeling about that moment when you have to show him what you've done?
Oh, I feel nervous because right now I'm kind of hidden, even though I know it's right there. So I hope you like it.
Yeah.
Zinchu, I walked past before, and I'm sure there was a different version of Sergei on your canvas.
So I changed my composition. Initially, I actually included half of the body, and I think I was being a little bit over-ambitious, so I decided to be more realistic.
Although we love it when people are over-ambitious and it all goes wrong. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great sort of
dramatic effect.
Yeah.
Zinchu Zhan grew up in China and now lives in Brighton, where he works for the pensions regulator. His self-portrait was a play on 2 different types of light and took 7 hours.
Now, you're measuring very carefully using this divider.
Yeah, I'm basically measuring the distance between nose and the chin, like what you do with the brush. But I think the reason I use these ones is because they have sharper points.
And is there some measurement in the face that you use as the key to the measure?
The nose.
The nose?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, look, it's a beautiful start, so I'll let you carry on.
Thank you.
Lee, you're making quite a mess, aren't you?
The floor is lava right now.
Yeah. Looking at that, you think this man is meticulous, he's precise, he's ordered. No, he's
And
not.
then you look at the floor.
No, he's a mucky pup, is what he is.
Lee K. Barry studied fine art at Leeds University. While his style is influenced by Van Gogh and Gauguin, his colourful palette evolved through his extensive travels.
Not everyone here has had the opportunity to paint people from life. Is that something you've done much of?
Yeah, I was challenged to race from Amsterdam to Monaco by selling my art in exchange for money. You know, at school, people can say, art don't get you anywhere. But
art got you to...
It got me halfway around the world.
Excellent. Well, let's see how far this takes you.
We'll see.
You see what I did there?
The artists have now been painting for almost an hour.
Amy, you seem to be on a mission.
I tend to get too into the painting, and then when I step back, I can kind of see that things don't.
Amy, everybody has that problem.
Yeah.
This is quite difficult. Well, I haven't actually done the face yet, so when I do that, I think I'll probably get a better idea of how it's looking.
It's very important that I try to be me rather than try to guess what the judges want. People have different perceptions about art, so what's good in one person's eye might be something different in another person's eye.
It's an hour in for artists painting dancer Sergei Polunin, historian David Olashoga, and space scientist Maggie Adarin-Pocock. And while some progress quickly, one artist has spent the first hour carefully preparing her reference images and has only just started working on her canvas.
Gabriella, we've got a little Polaroid station here. What is it about them for you that's so appealing?
I really like the soft, romantic effect they add, and I think you can really achieve that with oil paints.
OK.
Gabriella Cohen is a fine art graduate from Staines. She enjoys creating characters, and even her self-portrait combined a miniature bonneted Victorian figure with a Bowie-inspired alien.
Your submission has this kind of futuristic quality to it, and that's largely achieved through the kind of colours you're using. What are you giving us today?
I think I want to keep it a bit more normal instead of imposing my own narrative. But I definitely want it to look slightly unusual.
Slightly unusual.
Change a few colours here and there and make it look a bit more mysterious.
Good. Well, I look forward to seeing this romantic Polaroid Maggie emerge through your particular way of doing it.
Thank you.
Artists often bring particular items they couldn't do without, from special brushes...
This is my favourite.
...to less conventional materials.
The lentils are a great way to support these sturdy brushes without them falling over.
But many take their cue from the old masters.
There's one colour that I like,
That's burnt sienna. I wouldn't be able to be without that. I always seem to have to get burnt sienna and titanium white, which is why I put it in my self-portrait, just as a to get.
Lynn Kennedy is a former photographer and animator from Shankill, who took up painting in 2017 and within 2 years had won both the Zurich Portrait and Ruth Borchardt prizes.
What a fine portrait, Lynn.
Thank you very much.
So the striking feature of Maggie's look is that amazing necklace.
I just really like the sparkle of it, and it looks really nice against her skin, and I just thought that would help me figure out the colours around if I put it in. And I just found out that there's a little bit of moon dust in Maggie's necklace.
Wow. Where'd you get the moon dust from? The moon?
I live there myself. Well, actually, my husband gave it to me as a present.
Who's selling moon dust?
Actually, I think you can
Has
get...
Buzz Aldrin got a kind of out of
grinds
his
them up.
back shed, yeah.
Well, over 100 kilograms of moon rock came back to Earth. There's probably still a bit knocking around.
I'm quite competitive, so my preparation really started the minute I found out I was chosen to come on it, and I have painted 3 or 4 portraits a week.
Alex Cooper is a former picture framer from Leicestershire. Having won Portrait Artist of the Week, painting Claire Balding, she's found her calling and is keen to study and paint as many portraits as she can.
Well, Alex, what do you make of David as a sitter?
He's very good. I can tell that it's not a natural state for him, sitting and doing nothing. His head's whirring around with thoughts. And you really want to get the essence of the person over, don't you? Even the way the collar is and the shoulders sit can tell something about someone. So hopefully it'll be enough to give a bit of him.
Don't put yourself down.
Each week, the sets reflect an aspect of nature and the environment.
They're very flattering, these colours behind our sitters.
It's all about snow and ice.
Right.
One always thinks of ice as white, but of course, in further reaches, it has got these beautiful colours. We've got glacial ice, where the blue is just bonkers. And in the shadows, you get these incredibly deep turquoises. Here on the right, it's as though we were standing in Arctic landscape. Rocky promontories with a bit of snow on it, the darker blues. And finally, we have a rather dull urban snow.
Well, don't tell David he's sitting in front of cold urban sludge.
Yeah, David is very interesting, and I realise he's a man of words. But there's a tension there, and I think it's because he isn't in his natural milieu, which is communicating ideas.
Yeah.
What's lovely about Maggie is that she's smiling, she's engaging with her artist.
She's fascinating because she's so animated when you interact with her. It'd be lovely to get a bit of that in a portrait, but that only happens when you're talking to her.
I'm hoping they not only get the information from the tablet and her and rest, but actually from conversation with her.
Sergei is a dancer.
He's a dancer, he's an actor, and he expresses himself that way. He was concentrating hard, but I think he's a bit more relaxed now.
Yeah.
And that might be quite interesting for our artists, that they get a different view of him.
Yes, it takes a while to get to know people and for them to stop being on their best behaviour.
That, exactly. And we're interested in the
Who
other
they
stuff.
really are, yes.
This experience harder than I thought. Not necessarily sitting down, but artists actually reading information of me, so I have to concentrate, I have to give my best, and it's not as easy as I thought.
I guess one of the things about portraiture is that it can break through barriers when it's done brilliantly. Well, I think all of us conceal our inner selves every day of our lives, so I'm curious to see whether aspects about myself that I recognize but don't project can be picked up by the artists.
It's funny, I think my sense of sound is heightened because I can't see what they're doing. So I'm listening to every, ooh, what was that? And hearing brush strokes. You don't know what's happening, but I find that really exciting.
So, Phyllis, I'm feeling the warmth and generosity of our sitter, both through her, but also through your work.
It was great to see her and her smiling face. Who could ask for more?
Absolutely. And I can see quite a lot of colour in Maggie's face that I don't actually see there. Will that still remain there, or is that really for blending later on?
I would hope to leave some of it there because there are lots of wonderful reflections happening. I mean, colour is the thing that excites me, really.
Originally from Canada, Phyllis Dupuy moved to the UK in 1979, where she exhibited her ceramic work for 25 years. She created her self-portrait to capture the mood of winter despondency.
It was so good in your self-portrait, with the light on one side and then that lovely shadow on the other. I can see the beginning of it starting here.
Well, it does tend to create more drama, I think.
How are you going to bring that drama in apart from the colour and the light?
Well, there's bound to be some vines creeping over her dress.
Really? Oh, I
Well,
see.
the pattern that's already there.
Well, it's a beautiful beginnings, really.
Thanks very much.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Artists often prefer to make key creative decisions independently, but certain sitters inspire a more collaborative approach.
So, what do you want from this commission? Are there any colours you hate?
I love blue. So blue is the colour
I will
I normally
incorporate
wear.
blue into this. Blue or yellow? There are two extremes.
I almost wore something yellow and I didn't think it would go with this background, so I changed my mind.
I'm going to use that as indication to do yellow. Thank you.
Jana Forrester is a medical physics student at UCL. Her self-portrait shows the light distorted on her face through her bathroom window and was inspired by studies of Picasso's Blue Period.
Jana, I'm inclined to ask you, are you mad? Where's the yellow come from?
I asked David, and very hard
It's
to...
his fault.
No. I like just having really bright, vibrant colours.
It's quite a strong colour to be working against.
Yeah. I think it's his skin. I see it from the skin.
You see the yellow relating to the skin. Do you prefer darker skin sitters?
Yeah, I think there's just so much more going on in the darker skin, so much more colours to experiment with.
It makes the creative process more interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great start, and I can't wait to see how David's going to appear in that sea of yellow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The artists are almost halfway through their portraits.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I've already put down all the colours and now I'm refining the features.
I suppose getting the foundations right is the critical, like a building or anything else.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm on track now.
What I have left to do is the hair, because right now he's bald, so it might be important to put hair onto him.
Sinshu, how's it going?
Struggling a bit.
Are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I struggle with mixing colours.
Well, that's the drama of paintings. They come, they go.
Absolutely.
But you still got time. All is not lost.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
It's halfway through the heat for artists painting historian David Olusoga, dancer Sergei Polunin, and space scientist Maggie Adair-Pocock.
Well, we've got very vivid sitters. So what kind of a morning have we had?
I think it's been a good morning, and I think all our artists have made a really splendid start.
So David is being painted by Charlie, Gianna and Alex. Now, he's a very interesting sitter because they've each taken a different point of view, haven't they?
I think David is quite a complex sitter, and I think all the three artists have had to look for a different aspect.
Well, I think Charlie's given us a David that looks as if he's about to step out of the freezer. It's all silvery and really cold with that background.
It's minimal within its tone and colour range, and I think it's very beautiful at the moment.
Now, let's look at the paintings of Sergei. Zinju has gone for the larger body. And how's he doing?
I thought that Zinju got a lovely likeness first thing.
It's beautiful, and he has caught something in the way Sergei holds his head on his shoulders. You get that sense of a man comfortable in his body.
What about Lee?
Lee is a riot of colour. I mean, it's interesting what he's creating because it's like a tapestry. It's a very promising beginning.
I think Amy's doing incredibly well for a young artist. There's a sense that we have an artist who's very good at getting likeness, and she's flowing with confidence. Really extraordinary.
Now, Maggie is a hugely exuberant personality, and I think she's conjured up exuberant portraits, hasn't she?
It's very difficult when Maggie is in repose, and I think what Phyllis has been able to do is find that, and that is very hard to do.
Now, Gabriella, I have a sense that it's compressed energy, which is something that's true of Maggie.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, a Polaroid has a compressed energy, and it has this soft, kind of unusual light.
I think Gabriella's colours are stunning. It's a very alien way of painting to me, but I think it's a magical piece of work.
Well, I think all round they're doing fantastically well.
I'm quite apprehensive about having my picture taken because people see you in a different way. And you think, oh, is that me? But I think a portrait gives you a different insight because there is the physical form, but I think a portrait goes to the inner form as well. So I'm seeing how I might be seen by the artists.
Alex feels like somebody who's got her methodology down. She knows what she's doing. Jenny feels more experimental. She's very interested in what I think. And Charlie's been really quiet, secretive, so I'm particularly interested to see what he's come up with.
I painted once after a really horrible rehearsal, and I was really upset. So I put all my hatred into one painting, which I did like in red and black colors, and that was okay after.
Competing with so many talented artists, having a distinct style helps if you want to grab the judges' attention.
Gabriella, the way you use your palette is totally alien to me. The color choices make it feel sort of vintage.
Yeah, I've tried to be experimental with the colours. Hopefully the dreamy quality will come from the colours that I've used.
Well, you're being very mysterious.
Like my painting.
Like your painting. You want something withheld.
I want to capture a part of the sitter's personality, but also give a magical fairy tale representation of the person. It's more unusual than just creating an exact copy of the sitter.
These artists are so difficult.
Charlie, are you going to leave the hair as this ghostly outline as we saw in your submission?
Yeah, I think so. My style is quite delicate. I might go in with like a really, really fine brush and just outline some more of the individual hairs and things like that. But yeah, I'm not going to attempt the hair as a whole.
So there's a nice combination of the undone and the done.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the only artist putting the hands in. Why did you do that?
You know, the pictures that we take of ourselves and pictures that we take of others are often just head and shoulders. So it is nice to get the hands in as well. It's nice to have a little bit more of the person.
Well, you've got so much of Maggie as a person there already. I think you could probably stop. Fantastic.
Well, I have a bit more to do yet.
Artists see colour differently, but the skill lies in how they interpret that on canvas. And faced with so many colours, there's plenty here to test their mettle.
I noticed you've got green colours in the hair, Phyllis.
Yes, and the shadow, they change colour from the front to the back. And I thought the colours might be tricky to work in with her dress. It's just a matter of trying to use a more harmonious way of attacking the colour combination.
She's an enormously exuberant presence.
She really is, and that's what I love about her, and I hope I can bring a bit of that to the painting.
It's wonderful. Thank you.
In terms of colour mixing, I find that challenging because I've not had a chance to do any live painting in ages, so I got used to mixing colour to a screen. On the screen, you can just match your colour dead on, whereas when you start to look at the actual sitter and the environment, the colours are not so absolute anymore, so that's been a challenge.
Gianna, I can see you working furiously with the yellow. Have you found it a useful colour for his skin tone?
No.
No, it's been, because I was wondering if it might be quite hard to work against.
Yeah. Normally, I don't do washes.
What's the motivation today?
It's like a security blanket in case I don't have the time to finish it. So, like, it looks like a finished piece anyways.
The artists have just 20 minutes to finish their paintings.
Alex, any challenges you see?
Glasses were one of the things I was rather dreading. And they're not malleable at all, they're just, they're there.
They either look right or they don't,
Yes.
sort of thing.
What's concerning me the most is probably that I'll lose the likeness, because I'm still working to get it, but then I'm afraid I'm going to go too far and just completely lose it.
It would shatter me if I didn't finish. So I'm just hoping that today delivers a likeness and a successful painting.
It's the final moments for artists painting space scientist Maggie Adarin-Pocock, historian David Olusoga, and dancer Sergei Polunin.
Sinchu, your last-minute touches, what are they going to be?
Just try to make some final adjustments and make sure that any bare canvas gets covered.
OK, we'll get on with it.
Thank you.
I'm probably going to simplify it, but I think I'll have enough time to get the background in.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left.
I'm fiddling really now. I've just got to make sure it looks like him.
The ear is kind of glaring at me, but I've not got time to do it properly, so I'm just trying to add loads of details, like hairs and things like that.
There's only so much you can do. I'll keep struggling and hope for miracles in the last few minutes.
Artists, your time is up. Please put down your equipment and stand away from your portraits.
Thank you.
You look worried. Are you worried?
Not worried. Very excited.
Yeah.
But it's going to be tough, I think.
Yes. You're sort of rooting for them all. You've been here all day with them.
Actually, my heart is really beating.
Is it? I'll put you out of your misery. Artists, can I ask you now, please, to turn your easels?
Oh. Oh, my. Oh, wow. I think there's just so much information to take in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, should we have a closer look?
Yes.
Yes.
That's amazing. And I like seeing the hands and the torso. The eyes are beautiful. I just hope my eyes are like that.
Definitely, absolutely.
I look quite sophisticated in there.
You do, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, there's a really elegant.
And again, the window. It's if you're peering in. Beautiful. I think I look young there. The child burns very strongly in me, and I think it comes out in here. And the cascade of hair, I love that.
Right, Maggie, well...
Oh, no.
Sorry to do this to you, but I need to know which one you'd like to take with you.
I don't know. I love each and every one of them. Oh, gosh. So I think I'll go for Phyllis's.
Thank you so much. Well done, Phyllis.
Thank you. And the eyes.
Well, David, your long reverie is over. How's it been?
That's been interesting. I thought mainly about work, which is probably a really, really bad sign. I should have been using it to have flights of fancy.
Well, I'm going to ask the artists to turn round their easels.
Wow. I've never been able to draw or paint, so to me it's kind of magic and alchemy.
Let's take a closer look.
Okay. There are elements of that painting which I think are just so realistic, and then there are elements that remind you that this is a painting. And I quite like that playfulness.
That's definitely what I was going for.
Yeah, I really love that. That's a face I know that I did, sort of half grimace, half smile, whatever it is. Everyone was questioning the bravery of the yellow, but I think it's fantastic. There's thinking space to the right of frame, and that's wonderful. And there's sort of big blocks of colour that express how the light falls on my face. That's lovely. So it's really brave as well.
Oh, good. Good. Well, we have to make a decision now.
Right. Well, I want them all. I think they're all wonderful. I do think Charlie has caught something which I recognise. That's the painting that really speaks to me.
Sergei, how did you find that?
Intense.
Okay.
Because you're still working, you know, like, and people read your energy.
Right.
So you feel it.
Well, I think it's time, artists, if I can please ask you to turn your easels.
Oh, wow. Well, super different from what I was imagining.
Oh, really?
Because, yeah, you look at the personalities.
Yes. Right, should we have a closer look?
Yeah. When you turn around, I fell in love instantly.
Thank you.
I see myself,
Yeah.
but it's better than what I am.
Better than
yeah, that's the most important, is to create
There you go,
something
Lee.
better.
You made it better than Sergei.
But it's really good. This one is more realistic. It's beautiful eyes you made.
Yeah, a lot happening in those eyes.
That part is strong. Congratulations. The way it's painted, it's beautiful. So when I come closer, it becomes a different painting. It became different colors, and it really works.
Okay, Sergei.
I'll go with my first feeling. I think it's Lee.
Well done, Lee. Done, Amy.
While the artists take a well-earned break, the judges look at the portraits they created throughout the day.
Zinchu's got this great sense of a thinking, breathing person. It's beautiful. The tilt of the head gives it a really romantic flavor. It's like every Russian scoundrel from Count Vronsky onwards.
Amy's a young artist, yet it's a great composition.
I don't know if I'm mad on the treatment of the hair, but I think Amy's done brilliantly with the colours.
I do like Lee's inventiveness, but it has the spirit of Sergei. For me, interestingly, the language falls down in the sparkly eyes. I can see why Maggie picked this portrait of her by Phyllis. It's got her suppressed exuberance.
It's almost too sweet, it's too chocolate boxy, but I love the way Phyllis played with the light on the side of the face. It's just joyful, isn't it?
No.
Gabriella's style of painting is very distinctive. The necklace, she hasn't defined it, so it's just suggestive.
The colour palette is beautiful, the oval works really nicely. And I do think that she's found a happy medium between doing something that interests her and that is flattering for the sitter.
Lynn's a superb portrait artist. These beautiful details, I mean, that watch and the jewellery are so well observed.
I'm less keen on the background. Actually, I think it was stronger around lunchtime.
Alex caught a rather sweet side of David.
My favourite bit are the shoulders. I think the highlights on the tops of the jacket just give him a presence and three-dimensionality. Gianna really connected with David. He's got a real sense of energy to it.
There's a humour there, there's intelligence there. It's just a bit flat for me.
Charlie's done something which is so refined and delicate. It looks like a fresco, it's so chalky. It's got a very subtle emotional component.
And David went for this painting because it evoked an emotion that he recognised.
The judges must now narrow down the artists to a shortlist of 3.
A sort of quirky artist today, don't you think? But in a good way.
This one is very quiet, but its power is in its quietness.
Yeah, I agree. I think this might be a bit too noisy.
I think I agree, but I find this one too troublesome in other ways. I keep seeing too much that's wrong in that one. Are you falling in love with that one more and more?
Looks nothing like the sitter, but I love it.
I think we should get rid of this one.
OK.
So for our final position in the top 3, we've got to decide between...
These 3, and I think we need to think about their submissions.
OK.
Artists, it's been wonderful watching you today. Thank you for sharing your talent and your good humour with us all.
Your finished work gave the judges plenty to think about, and they have now chosen their shortlist of 3. The first artist is Zinchu Zhang. The second artist is Gabriella Cohen. The third artist to be shortlisted is Charlie Hardcastle.
I've really enjoyed today. I've loved meeting all the other artists and finding out if I can actually do it. It's been a really positive experience.
To decide their winner, the judges look at the day's work alongside the artist's original submissions.
I think it's been a sensational day. I couldn't agree with your decision less. I'm really shocked on behalf of the amazing talent that you have not acknowledged.
Well, we have acknowledged them by virtue of the fact that we're here. Honestly, we have so many people apply for this show, so it is a tough competition. It gets better every year.
OK, well, you've got some explaining to do.
Hey. Right, well, let's start with Zinchu. What did you see in his work today?
I just see a beautifully painted character study. And equally, his self-portrait is a character study, contemplating existence, mortality, all these things. And the person he painted today, it might not be exactly like Sergei, but it has the spirit of the man and a spirit of a type of man.
But it doesn't catch, for me, the spirit of Sergei as he was present here, because he's a dancer. This is missing from this portrait.
But he was not moving today. He was very contained, and there is a sense of that in this portrait.
But you obviously disagree. Isn't portraiture great?
Isn't it? Well, this is it.
Yeah.
What made you choose Charlie?
Charlie, in his submissions, showed us that there's great emotional content with very little there. And I was quite intrigued how he was going to do that with David today. And he's done it that Charlie can find colours that are so vibrant but so understated, and through them find a very understated and quiet emotion.
I do think it's very good.
Gabriella gave us a really bold, interesting self-portrait, quite unlike almost anything we've seen before. Was she as original today?
She definitely moderated her portrait of Maggie, and I think it's good that she's able to be sensitive to the fact that she's here to do a portrait of a person. It's very much of Maggie through the prism of a Polaroid.
You know, we have lots of conversations here about how our artists use technology. Here we have an artist who uses it in a creative capacity, and that makes it dynamic and more exciting. And I will never convince you, Joan Bakewell. But, you know, as we always say, art is subjective. You know, unless portraiture keeps moving forward, it's dead.
Are you frightened of not being trendy?
No, I'm frightened of you.
Good.
Well, the new always makes people nervous, angry, and upset. Only time really tells.
Yep.
So you need to lead us. You need to find the thing, not just today, but in every episode, that will transform art forever. Over to you.
Thanks for the pressure.
Zenshu, Gabriella, Charlie, huge congratulations to each of you on being shortlisted today. However, only one can go forward.
The artist that the judges have selected is... Gabriella Cohen.
I'm so shocked. I was really not expecting that at all. I can't believe that I've won. I'm still trying to process it. Yeah, I'm speechless.
I really loved Gabriella's portrait. It's full of colour, and I'm really happy for her.
I think Gabriella's portrait definitely stood out. I think she really deserves to go through.
We're looking for someone to take the conversation forward with portraiture. Gabriella's really inventive, she's really playful, and then we're just thinking about all the promise of what's coming next in the semi-final. It's completely tantalising.
With my portraiture, I like to see the world in a different way, and hopefully I can produce something similar next round that the judges like.
Hello, we're here with a fresh batch of talented artists.
All eager to meet some fascinating sitters.
It's a brand new series of Portrait Artist of the Year.
Over the next 10 weeks, some of Britain and Ireland's most accomplished artists will have their skills put to the test.
Under a bit of pressure.
Creating a portrait in only 4 hours.
I've never painted so quick in my life.
Well, I can't go back. I can only go forward.
Lined up to sit for them, a distinguished cast, drawn from very different walks of life.
Oh, wonderful.
Amazing.
I want you to make me look younger than Joan.
So we're allowed to move about and stuff, aren't we?
I mean,
No?
they prefer you not to.
How do you want me?
Comfortable.
Yeah, great.
That's dynamic, I like that.
Shoulders high.
Okay. Okay, is that good? How does that feel?
Artists, can I ask you, please, to turn your easels?
I'm quite nervous.
Oh, wow. Oh, goodness.
Whoa!
Oh, holy monkeys, Batman.
And at stake is an amazing prize, a £10,000 commission to paint celebrated violinist Nicola Benedetti for the Scottish National Portrait Gallery.
But first, they'll need to impress our judges. Independent curator Kathleen Soriano, award-winning artist Tai-Shan Schierenberg, and art historian Kate Bryan.
If I make a mistake, how are you going to notice?
We'll do our best to notice any mistakes, dude.
So, who will have the self-belief?
If you can give me good vibes, let's go. Rory, you're great.
Rory, you're great.
Thank you.
And the staying power?
This is the same struggle that I felt with my self-portrait. Going over things, you know.
Artists.
To get them through to the semi-final.
Anything you found difficult about painting him?
It's the face and the hands, mainly.
Apart from the face and the hands.
Well, the T-shirt wasn't easy either. But...
Ah, well, I mean, the face, the hands, and the body in a portrait are not that important. Of the 9 artists vying for glory today, 4 are professional. Teddy Lenner, Alicia France, Shane Berkery, and Araminta Laurie.
I'm really passionate about art, I'm really passionate about portraiture. I suppose I'd like to produce something authentic. All I can do is try and do my best.
And 5 are amateur. Kat Hughes, Tony Robinson, Joseph Dupre, Nicola Cummings, and Denny Waterhouse.
I've watched the programmes for quite a few years now, so it does mean quite a lot being here because it feels like I've achieved something really big.
While the artists settle into their new surroundings, the judges examine the self-portraits that won them a place in today's heat. Judges, we have a wall of intrigue and delight for you this morning. The first one, a bit of an intense gaze looking back at us.
I love an etching, not just for the grubbiness of it, but also I get a sense of the metal that's been used to make it.
From the wispy beard to the lovely lines on the shirt, it's magical.
This next one is not my love child.
We've just got such a big, large head to get into, and you start almost looking at it in an abstract way.
Yeah, I think it's a tour de force in terms of detail without it being photographic.
It's so forlorn, isn't it?
I think what is absolutely magical is the way that they've used the drip of the paint to emulate steam on a mirror. It's just so intelligent to kind of break the dimensionality between the artist space and the painting itself.
It feels like we've been watching a film and it's between a couple of frames. I just think the colours are wild, but it works incredibly well. I think it's in the tradition of the ennui, the paintings of boredom.
You get the sense that she's surrounded by her friends, yet she's isolated and lonely somehow.
Now, what's happening here? The mask has slipped, there's some sort of scar on the neck.
It comes from another age, except that the mask clearly positions it in our time. But I love the restraint of the palette.
I feel so strongly in my bones that this is painted in Australia.
Yes,
and
I do as well.
Yeah, I have no idea
Why?
why. It's so convincing. I love the fact that the artist is silhouetted, and it's just so charming. They've got such a good handle on this cross-hatching, and yet it's matched with this extremely contemporary presentation, not just the pretty unflattering angle, but the way the head is decapitated by the bottom of the page.
This next one reminds me of paintings like The Marriage of Arnolfini. Instead of a globe or a skull, we have a cat and a hot water bottle.
Yeah, the symbolism is just glorious.
But you've got to worry about what an artist can do in a day, because this could have easily taken a year. I mean, it's spectacular.
Well, what a tantalising wall. Let's see what they get up to. With favourite pens and brushes selected, the artists are now ready to meet today's sitters. Artists, with your sitter today, dreams can come true, and the semi-final is not out of reach. Please welcome singer-songwriter Gabrielle. Hello, hello. Have a seat.
Oh, wonderful.
Amazing.
You should have seen the gasp of delight and surprise when your name was mentioned.
After all these decades, thank you.
Are you looking for anything in particular today?
You know something? I'm vain. Just make me look as wonderful as possible, please. I'm just here at your mercy. Whatever you want me to do within reason, I'll do it.
So do whatever you like, just make her look amazing.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
They're going to find a position for you to sit in all day. I'll leave you to it.
Right. Where do you want me?
Okay.
It's not fair that somebody's going to get ahead.
Yeah, if you can face kind of that towards that general
That
direction.
way? Yeah. Is that okay? Oh, that's beautiful.
Artists, this world-famous tattoo artist, television presenter, and former ballerina has amassed a huge social media following, and she is in herself a sort of work of art. Please welcome Grace Neutral. You're very welcome indeed. Now, I know that it was because of an accident when you were at the Royal Ballet that you took up this world. What happened?
I dislocated my hip, so that took me out the running. But then I found the world of tattooing, and that kind of just took over.
It took over you, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Now, the artists are going to discuss with you how you're going to sit for them.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it to them.
Hi, guys. Do you want me to do anything with my hands? Cross my legs?
What would feel natural?
This is kind of a natural pose for me, I guess.
Great. Artists, your sitter today is an actor whose roles span from the Tudor period in Wolf Hall via the Renaissance with Medici into the 1960s with The Queen's Gambit. But here for you right now is Jacob Fortune Lloyd. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You have a lot of period drama on your CV, Jacob.
I do.
Out of the three different looks, Tudor, Renaissance, 60s, what was your favourite?
I mean, wearing fur and leather in the summer.
No, but at work I'm talking about.
No, the 60s.
Yeah. Excellent. I will leave you in their capable hands.
Fantastic. So, how would you like me to sit?
Perhaps at this sort of position,
Like
with
this?
the arms on the wrist.
You need to be comfortable because it's going to be 4 hours. So.
I had a second cup of coffee, which is definitely a bad idea when you've had to sit down for 4 hours. OK.
Artists, you have 4 hours to complete your portrait. Good luck, everyone. Your time starts now. Many artists will have some nerves when it comes to painting a portrait against the clock. But for one, today's 4-hour time limit is something of a luxury.
I paint outdoors quite a bit, so I'm used to painting fairly quickly because of the sun. And I don't usually get a sitter to sit for me if I'm painting a portrait for as long as 4 hours, so this should be a treat for me.
Newcastle-born Tony Robinson is an amateur artist now living in County Wexford, Ireland. His self-portrait was made in Florida when Tony was painting outdoors and came across his reflection in an empty shop window.
Tony, where do you think the essence lies with Jacob?
Well, I'm trying not to get involved in the features too much.
Okay.
While on the one hand, people say with a portrait, you know, catching the essence of the person and all that, I don't really believe in that very much, to be honest.
Okay, I think... like that. And all that, yes, okay.
If I think of a nose as being a nose or an eye as being an eye, I get bogged down. You're far better to find the shapes, find the abstract, and then you'll have an interesting painting,
okay.
I think.
It seems to be working for you, so I'll let you get on with it.
All right, thanks.
Gabrielle is one of the best singers that I've ever heard. This is a person who I've been waiting to paint all my life. I mean, it's just incredible. I can't believe that I'm here painting her. You know, I'm so impressed.
Art teacher Nicola Cummings lives in Harrow in Middlesex. When she's not painting, Nicola likes to sew and is part of a group that has made costumes for the Notting Hill Carnival and the London Olympics.
Nicola, you're off to a flying start. You've given us a 3/4 length figure, the background's already filled in. And are you pleased with your sitter?
I'm very pleased with my sitter.
She's got a nice body language, hasn't she? Gabrielle's really holding herself.
Yeah, I normally do kind of quite close up.
Yeah.
Of course, we've got this wonderful, sensuous black fabric. Let's use it and paint it as well.
Well, it's a really good-looking start.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can I ask, are your eyes tattooed?
Yes, I got my eyes tattooed about 11 years ago. Wow. It's a pretty traumatic experience.
Wow.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I'll probably pass on that one myself, but...
Yeah.
But it makes for a good painting, so...
Thank you very much.
Alicia France is a professional artist who also works part-time as a receptionist. Her old master's-inspired submission was painted on aluminium, which is also her preferred surface today.
So, Alicia, how did you start working with metals?
Well, I started off etching.
So you had enough with scratching into the metal and decided you were going to paint on it instead? What are the things that you have to sort of consider that are different with working on metal?
Obviously, it sits on the surface very differently, the oil paint.
OK.
And I found that the lighter the colour seems to stick better for some reason.
OK.
It can be a bit difficult getting them first layers on.
Well, you've done well in that challenge.
Hopefully.
Shane, it seems to me you have lucked out here. What a fantastic profile that is.
I know. I'm really happy with it.
Did you come with a game plan today?
No, not really. I'm just going to try and be patient and try catch the likeness as best I can. But I do usually take around 2 weeks to complete a painting.
Okay.
So 4 hours is, yeah, it's quite a struggle.
Shane Berkery is a professional artist from Dublin. Working from old family photographs, his art is influenced by his Irish and Japanese heritage. But his submission was based on something a little more contemporary.
I watched this movie called Colour Out of Space.
Right.
Nicolas Cage is in it.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Yeah. This colour invades this place and things start going a bit mad. So that's what inspired me to use those garish, horrible colours.
Oh, it's a brilliantly bonkers portrait. You've been given some colours today to work with. What do you make of those?
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out what to do with the background.
OK.
I think it's all a bit brown.
It's very brown.
Yeah. I might try make it less brown.
The artists have been working for almost 1 hour.
You feeling good?
OK. A few little corrections in the drawing.
OK.
And I'm trying not to make them too good looking because it's just wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Serve him right.
I'm happy with the composition. How she sat down was very elegant, so I want to capture some of that in the final painting as well. I feel very nervous.
Grace, I think she's a wonderful sitter. I'd like to get as much detail of the tattoos as possible. They're kind of just separate works of art in themselves, aren't they? I'm just hoping it'll look all right, yeah.
Here at Battersea Art Centre, the artists have spent an hour painting sitters Gabrielle, Grace Neutral and Jacob Fortune Lloyd.
So how are you finding sitting? Very relaxing, I imagine.
Yeah, kind of relaxing, yeah. I'm sweating like crazy. Don't capture that.
Just saying that made me add 5 shine spots on your forehead. For me, portraiture isn't about, you know, making a pretty picture of someone. So I've taken a fisheye photo. I'm going to try and warp his features into something a little bit less statuesque.
20-year-old Kat Hughes from Liverpool is studying for a degree in filmmaking and dreams of becoming a film director. Her self-portrait in acrylic took 40 hours to complete.
Kat, I'm beginning to wonder whether Jacob was just so good-looking that you had to do something weird with his face.
Almost exactly it.
Is it, really?
Yeah, I wanted to put a new spin on his gorgeous chiseled features.
And what are the dangers of the fisheye approach?
Sometimes it can come off as a bit gimmicky.
Okay.
But that's really not what I'm going for.
Well, I love the tension, him sort of gripping that space.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Araminta, there are lots of details. Sorry to talk about you, Grace, in
That's all right.
like you're an object. But have you painted tattoos before?
I have. I've painted a large hawk moth.
Okay.
But I did have 2 weeks to do that, so...
Okay,
Yeah.
this is a slightly different proposition.
Araminta Laurie studied art history before completing a master's in fine art at Sotheby's Institute. She painted her self-portrait after being inspired by a recent visit to a Rembrandt exhibition.
Your self-portrait is very reduced in tone. Here we have Grace sitting, and there's a whole different sort of colour range.
I love exploring colour, but I don't always paint exactly like the self-portrait. I do start with an earth palette for the skin tones.
At the drawing phase, that's where you are now, is it happening for you?
Yes, I put her at the top because I really love this high ponytail and the sweep of her hair. It really frames her face.
It's a great start. I'll let you carry on.
Thank you very much.
Denny, hello. You're making a beautiful big drawing here, over life size.
This is quite small. Normally I draw about 2 meters big.
So that presumably allows you to have a lot more freedom with the marks that you're making?
So I think the cross-hatching is what I shade it in with and makes the tones even out.
Great. Well, I really love the proportion and the scale already.
Grimsby-born Denny Waterhouse is studying for a degree in drawing at Camberwell College of Arts. She's recently begun taking commissions via social media and hopes to one day become a professional artist.
So your submission was really striking, but pretty brutal.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not the nicest.
I wouldn't portray myself like that, even for the sake of a good picture. So clearly I'm more vain than you. You were using a mirror?
It was from a picture, I think. I wouldn't let anybody see it, but the drawing of it, I was fine.
So obviously you've done something gentler today for Gabrielle, and you really, really filled the page.
Yeah, I probably had a bit of the background subtly.
Great. Well, feels like it's going to be an exciting piece.
Thank you.
In this series, the sets take inspiration from the colours found in nature.
Kate, the colours are very rich and very varied today.
We've taken our inspiration today from coastal tide pools. So behind Gabrielle is this beautiful colour to represent kelp. Behind Jacob are the colours that really make us think of the actual rocks inside the rock pools. And then here behind Grace, we've got these extraordinary blue and purple tones, which are mussels.
Jake, of course, is handsome to a huge extent, so there he is. What do you think of him as a sitter, then?
Well, I think he's a good sitter. He's one of our actors who I think is sort of half Jacob and then half sitting as a character, maybe. I think Gabrielle looks incredible against her set. There's something about like her dark clothing and the great lines in her hair against these soft browns.
And, of course, Grace has left her face completely white, which looks wonderful, particularly against a very dark set.
Yeah, and also picking up the kind of blue in the lenses that she's wearing.
I have to correct you.
Oh.
She isn't wearing lenses.
Oh, OK.
Her eyeballs are tattooed.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that extraordinary?
Yeah, they've got a lot to think about, the artists in that section, because it's kind of like art within art. So I've got high hopes for the artists.
Great.
Everything's actually going amazing. From what I can see, everyone's approached it very differently, whether that be going in with a lot of detail or just kind of doing more loose brushstrokes, so it's going to be very interesting.
I'm super excited just because it's a new experience. You know, they're all talented, but just capture my good side, please.
I'm loving it. I've heard some dismay at my, quotes, angular face. I hope that it's not too hard to catch. I'll be complaining to my mum later.
Well, first I'll be focusing on the proportions of the face, and then gradually I'll build up each layer of the oils onto that. I'm trying to get as close to life as I can. I want this to be as realistic as possible and to exactly mirror the way that I'm seeing him now.
London-based Teddy Lenner originally trained as a car mechanic before becoming a professional artist. His work combines hyperrealism and surrealism and is influenced by Caravaggio and Salvador Dali.
Teddy, we love your self-portrait. Will you have enough time to make the painting of Jacob as detailed?
Well, for that, self-portrait had a lot longer. I spent 2 months working on my self-portrait, so it's quite different when I come to this painting now.
How much work do you do from the tablet?
I find it better to be looking at Jacob mostly. I've got the exact angle that I want of him there, and I've just got the tablet just occasionally to look at that.
Do you feel competitive?
I'm thinking I'll win. As long as I can get on and quickly add the oil colours, then I've got a chance of winning at least.
OK, we'll let you get on.
Thank you.
Unlike artists working in traditional media, one is completing the drawing stage of a monoprint. He'll need to trace his image, place a clean piece of paper over a perspex plate covered in ink, and follow the lines of his tracing so the paper picks up the pigment.
Joseph, you have chosen the road less travelled.
I have, when I come to the printing stage, it's pretty much done blind because you can't see where you're placing the ink on the page.
Sounds high risk.
Very, very high risk. Because when you're drawing, every pressure you make on the piece of paper will produce an effect. So you end up with a really unique and unusual result, which I quite like. Fingers crossed.
Norwich-based Joseph Dupre works as a GP. He loves to work in different media and spent a day creating his self-portrait etching.
Now, how does this pursuit of yours match with being a doctor?
Well, I managed to work it so that I work sort of 2 or 3 days a week GP, and then the other 2 or 3 days of work I devote to art.
You aren't inclined to say, yes, please come in. Can you just sit there for a minute?
I am occasionally.
The artists are reaching the halfway point in today's competition.
Yeah, it's going all right so far. The hair's going to be probably the most challenging part because there's so much of it, it's going to take a lot of work to fill it in. Yeah, I've just got to keep going.
I've blocked in the drawing that I'm happy with, then I've moved on to tones. It's not there at the moment, so I'm hoping to get there.
On the left side of the portrait, there's some green that I'm not too happy with. I'll have to figure that out. I think I'm calm, yeah? Yeah. I don't know.
2 hours have passed since our 9 artists began painting Grace Neutral, Jacob Fortunoid, and Gabrielle.
I want to know what exactly you're using.
Want this?
Yeah, what is it? It looks...
This is just a takeaway container.
That's fantastic.
It's the easiest way to keep the moisture in.
Loving it.
halfway. How do you feel it's going?
I think every single artist started incredibly well today. So well, in fact, that there were at least 6, I'd say, that I wanted to ask them to stop after the first hour because I was so happy with what I was looking at.
Wow, wonderful.
Well,
OK.
dangerous.
Let's get into the detail, then. We'll start with Gabrielle's paintings. There's Shane and Denny and Nicola.
I love Denny's cross-hatching, and I love the way that she's so confident in doing it that it becomes just a beautiful tapestry of marks.
But there's also a beautiful expression in Gabrielle's face at Denny's caught. There's humour there, and I think it's lovely.
Shane is doing a very professional job. Yes, I sort of regret the loss of some of those acids that we saw in his self-portrait submission, but he's creating a beautiful profile view of Gabrielle, and I think it's incredibly promising.
Jacob is having his portrait painted by Kat, by Tony and Teddy.
I think Kat's really interesting because she's gone in with the fisheye lens.
Why would you use a fisheye lens?
Well, Jacob's an incredibly handsome fella.
He said jealously.
And it's not just a formula. She's trying to find him through a different medium, and I think it's working.
There's some weird proportions that will come through, and there are dangers in whether or not that will actually work in the finished thing.
Tony's approach was quite traditional. What I'm liking, actually, is now Jacob's becoming an abstract shape, and I love where it is hovering at the moment.
OK. So we've got Grace being painted by Alicia, Joseph and Araminta.
In Alicia's submission, we had this fantastic figure with all of these different fabrics and textures. I would hope we'll see the same sort of lavishly represented depiction of the tattoos as we do maybe with the velvet or the hot water bottle.
I like the way Araminta's interested in shape and form. It's always a slightly enigmatic character she's created around Grace. Of course, at the moment, we see it without any of the tattoos going on. So it'll be interesting to see how that changes the portrait as the afternoon goes on.
I'm a very emotional person, but I think people can see the tattoos and it can completely take over a narrative in their head. To see if they kind of can see past them will be really interesting.
I'm feeling nervous but excited at the same time about the reveal. I'm not going to peek, I'm going to wait, simply because I think that's more fun. I'm patient, patiently waiting.
I think of myself quite often like a kid in grown-up clothing. It'd be interesting to see if it captured a kind of childlikeness behind the eyes. I've heard a lot about fish eye with Kat, which is all very intriguing.
I'm trying to get as much paint on the canvas as I can because I'm very aware of the time. Getting a real sense of emotion from a portrait, I think, is more important than anything else. That's why the eye is the big focus of the middle. And also the seriousness of the expression has kind of swerved it away from being a caricature. Well, I hope it has anyway.
All artists will want to capture their sitter's individual character, but not everyone will look to find it in the face. Tony, what made you decide on that framing?
Athletic sort of guy, and so including the torso and the hands reflects that.
Right. Anything you found difficult about painting him?
The face and the hands, mainly.
Apart from the face and the hands?
Well, the T-shirt wasn't easy either. But...
Oh, well, I mean, you know, the face, the hands and the body in a portrait are not that important.
Joseph, I saw you inking up the Perspex slate.
Yep.
So they're basically ink sitting underneath there.
Yeah, so oil paint and pigment underneath. Whenever I make a mark, it presses through onto the second piece of paper under here. Any mark you make with your hand obviously comes through as well, so there's that patchwork of textures which I quite like.
Well, enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Alicia, that's a beautiful portrait already.
Thank you.
Do you normally paint on metal?
Yeah, but the thing is, with the dark paint, I don't know why, but it doesn't stick as well.
Oh.
So I keep piling it on.
What's the dab of colour there by her eye? Did you trip and fall on the canvas?
I was like, oh, should I do a background? And then I put the paint on and I was like, no, I don't want to do it yet.
It's like you're being attacked by a splodge. I'll let you and the splodge get on.
Thank you.
There's just half an hour left, and it's not just the artists spotting areas for improvement.
Shane, what's going on behind the neck? It looks like there's some correcting that you've been trying to do there.
That's the highlight, yeah.
Ah.
Must fix that as well, then.
Yeah, just maybe a little bit of refinement or something.
Yeah.
I'm at the point where I'm adding the light, where the light is coming onto his forehead, how it's glinting off of his hair, and a little bit on his cheekbones and his chin as well. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit tired now.
The day is ticking on. I wouldn't mind a little bit more time on the hands and this ear that's in the shadows at the moment. It needs to be much lighter. There's much to do and not much time either.
After nearly 4 hours of painting, the artists are putting the finishing touches to their portraits of Gabrielle, Jacob Fortune Lloyd, and Grace Neutral.
Just working on the final print, putting in all the extra tone, and we'll see what the final result is.
I'm just adding some background now. Whether I do the whole canvas, I'm not quite sure. I feel like she needs some metal showing for some reason.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left.
The main thing I'm worried about now is that I do a last-minute correction and it ruins the whole thing.
The moment I reveal my portrait to Gabrielle, I'd feel very, very nervous about it. I've got my fingers crossed that she feels the way I feel.
Artists, your time is up. Please put down your equipment and stand away from your portraits.
Gabrielle, Grace and Jacob will each be taking one of their portraits home with them. So it's time for the artists to reveal their work.
How was your 4 hours?
Oh, you know what? It was incredible. My heart goes out to these amazing artists.
Let's not put it off any longer.
No,
shall we?
let's not do that today.
Okay, all right. Artists, can I please ask you to turn your easels?
I'm scared. Oh, wow. I'm loving the capturing of my hair. Ooh, child, I love this too.
I'm going to stop you there, Gabrielle, because we're going to go and have a closer look.
Okay. It's amazing. Loving the use of the colours there. I'm loving my hair.
And it's picked out the earring. Just
yeah, and I
that.
love that. Just little shimmers. And it's beautiful. I could see that there was a section where my hair was, and I thought she's not going to be able to do that in time because the pen looked really fine. So she's super fast and amazing. Wow. You've got so much detail in there. I'm loving the way you've captured the texture of my outfit. Yeah, well done.
OK, it's decision time.
On the basis of the fact that I don't look as old as I really am, I'm going to go with Shane.
Well done, Shane.
Grace, you can relax. I think you were always relaxed, weren't you?
Yeah, I've just been thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner.
You decided?
Yes.
In that case, we can ask the artists to turn their easels round.
I don't know where to look. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Yeah, I just feel a bit speechless right now. I'm kind of overwhelmed. This is stunning. I entered my 30s a few years ago, and it's really nice to see myself in more of like a womanly way.
Oh, brilliant.
So thank you, I appreciate that. Oh, I just feel like the ultimate boss in this picture, you know? Like I'm just sat on my throne.
That's good.
Waiting to rule. This is truly beautiful. I feel like it kind of plays on my more childlike, naive side. I don't know, it just made me feel really pretty, and I'm very happy that it's me.
And now comes the moment of decision.
Oh, you're all extremely talented, but I think, Araminta, your portrait just speaks to me, so thank you.
Wow. They are all so brilliant. I grew up watching a lot of late 90s, early noughties hip-hop videos. So this is such a dream come true to see a fisheye. I feel like Busta Rhymes. It's so cool.
It's amazing.
Absolutely amazing. I love the broad brushstrokes of it, yeah, and the likeness, and the light on the face, and then the shadow on the other side. There's just so much in it that's interesting. It's so detailed. There's something in the distance, isn't there? Oh my God, that look.
Yes.
It's,
Right.
I'm gonna go with the one that reminds me best of my misspent youth, and go with Kat's fisheye.
Well done, Kat.
For our artists, the hardest part is over. But for our judges, it's just beginning.
Teddy's taken the kind of angularity of Jacob and sort of broken it down into these lines.
It's really nice as well to see the range from his self-portrait, that he can do something that's almost more sensitive, more delicate.
Tony's portrait is all about the posture, and it's about the depth you get from the front of the body right back through his shoulders.
There's so much thought in the eyes and the way the hands are positioned. I'm so glad he included the hands.
Kat's fisheye is bonkers.
I think it's really clever that she's able to do something which is typically kind of fun and surreal and give it that seriousness. That's clever.
I love the composition that Nicola determined to go with.
Some bits of the painting have gone a bit flat, which is a pity because the whole thing was much more exuberant early on. Denny's drawing is masterful, and the head has got just this immense volume to it.
I think the composition could have been stronger, but I have absolutely no complaints about these beautiful crosshatches. I think Shane dealt with the view that he had beautifully.
It's a great likeness of Gabriella, but I do miss that sort of experimental edge that he had in his submission.
I think Araminta has given us this very serene person, but there are hints of something sort of under the surface. And the way in which she's used that sweep of the hair, I think is really clever.
I think Joseph has caught Grace's spirit. There is a chunkiness to Joseph's print which wasn't true to life.
But I think the tattoos are fantastic, and I think the sense of this kind of punky, rebel spirit comes through.
I love the way in which Alicia has built Grace's face up with the little bits of colour. It's rich, it's luscious.
If it wasn't for the fact that it's covered in tattoos, it could have come out of the Dutch Baroque period.
To help with their decision-making, the judges pare down the artists to a shortlist of 3.
I think one or the other of these two should be here. And actually, the one on the right has more mystery.
I'm feeling like this one lives in a completely different sphere. It doesn't quite live in the sphere that I'm living in at the moment, let's put it that way.
And there's a completeness and weight to these
three.
I really like these 3.
They're really good 3.
Artists, it's been a real pleasure watching each one of you work today. Well done.
It's never easy, but the judges have chosen a shortlist of 3. The first artist is Tony Robinson.
The second artist is Araminta Laurie. The third artist to be shortlisted is Kat Hughes.
Oh, it's so sad that I didn't get through. I really enjoyed meeting everybody. And to meet Gabrielle, bonus!
Well, we have 3 from a strong day, it felt, today. So what does Araminta show us today that you don't learn about her from her self-portrait?
The colour palette is so subdued in the submission. And today she's amped up the colours, and I love seeing the way that she allows it to inflect into the hair and then gently into the skin and the shirt.
There are no tricks here. There's no artifice. It's a straight-on, good quality portrait.
Now, Tony, the cynical side of me, there is one. Maybe you can't paint faces and hands and hair. Well, he can.
Yeah.
I have a problem with the likeness. He felt that other things were more interesting to him, but as a whole, it works fabulously.
I find that the hands look like hands from someone who's been in an abattoir.
You think they're dripping with blood?
I know, yes.
Do
dripping
you?
with blood.
They're dripping with blood.
Yeah.
The hands might not be perfect, but they're important in creating that sense of depth. You know, that's a real challenge for an artist. You know, he had to find that depth in the portrait.
Kat is studying film. She has an eye for a story, doesn't she?
It's like she's directing 2 movies here, and they're both suspense dramas, aren't they? Bordering on a thriller.
Are you telling me it's Psycho?
You have murder on the mind today.
I do.
No animals, people.
I love what Kat's done today, but how close is it to being a gimmick?
It becomes a gimmick if there are 10 more after this, I would say.
You wouldn't need to watch TV with one of these in the room, would you? You could just let your imagination run.
So, abattoir fingers, Psycho, or cool and interesting? There can be only one.
Araminta, Tony, Kat, you can each be proud of having made it to the final 3. However, there is only one place for the semi-final.
The artists that the judges have selected showed a confident range and a narrative depth across their submission and portrait today. And that artist is Kat Hughes.
What is going on? I usually don't have that much confidence in my art, and the fact that I've got through to the next heat is just, it's like the best feeling ever.
Kat smashed it. I did my best to put her off because we were standing alongside each other, but no, she nailed it, and good luck to her.
I think Kat's work's beautiful, and her self-portrait was just stunningly rendered, so I think well-deserved.
Kat is a brilliant winner. It's so exciting for us to find a young artist who's such a strong storyteller. In her submission, it was all about the cool tones. Today, it was about the fisheye. We really can't wait to see what she produces in the semi-final.
So I'm about to call my mum and tell her the news.
Hello?
I need to book a train to London for next week because I've got through.
Oh my God. Oh, that's amazing.
Are you crying?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so chuffed. Oh, God.